Borrowed security is just delayed exposure. The morning Terrence's phone stopped working was the morning he found out that everything he had built his life on belonged to someone else. It wasn't his phone, it was the company's phone, on a company plan, tied to a company account, just like the company car in his driveway, the company's laptop on his desk, the company's health insurance covering his kids, and the company's title on LinkedIn had become so attached to who he was. When people asked him about himself at gatherings, the answer was always with what he did rather than who he was. Because after 16 years, the two had quietly become the same thing in his mind. Terrence had become a hard-working and dedicated employee at a logistics firm that had rewarded his hard work with access rather than ownership, giving him just enough of a look and feel of security to make going out on his own feel unnecessary, while making sure that every piece of that security remained. When you read the script and the fine print, entirely theirs to take back whenever they chose. His wife Camille had brought it up carefully more than once about the savings that were thinner than they should have been at 41, about the fact that they didn't truly own a single asset in their household, about how their entire financial situation was essentially one employee's decision away from falling apart. And Terrence had responded each time with a calm confidence of a man who believed that 16 years of loyalty and good performance reviews would somehow solid to stand on, when they were really just a longer than usual rental agreement on someone else's structure with his family living inside of it. The letter from the legal firm telling him that his division had been cut in the restructuring effectively immediately, and that the car, the phone, the laptop needed to be returned within 22 hours, arrived on Tuesday morning and took away in 3 short paragraphs everything he had spent 16 years calling his own. It was his father, a man named Curtis, who had spent his whole working life watching other men learn this lesson the hard way, and prayed his son would be spared it. He drove to the house in the same afternoon and sat across the table from Terrence, not with the bold or "I told you so" or rolled up sleeves of a man who came ready to help put things back together, and who said first, before anything practical was talked about, what needed to be said from the heart: "Son, never feel secure under another man's security, because what another man built, another man can take away. And the only security that can't be taken away from you is the kind of security you build with your own hands, your own vision, and your own walk with God." Talked about Proverbs 27:23. Be sure you know the condition of your flock. Give careful attention to your herd. The old instructions to know and tend to your own what takes care of you, never handing the responsibility to someone else whose interests are different from yours. And then 1 Timothy 5:8. Anyone who does not provide for his relatives, and especially those of his own household, has denied the faith and worse than an unbeliever. Curtis told him that taking care of his family wasn't just bringing home checks. It was about the foundation you built underneath, and that a man who built his family's life on an employer's goodwill rather than his own savings, his own skills, his own assets hadn't been fully providing. He had been borrowing the space in a structure that always had someone else's name on the door. Being loyal to a job is a good thing, Curtis said, putting both hands flat on the table, but being loyal to your family's future is a God thing. And God things need foundation that only you can build, own, and hold on to. Terrence spent the months that followed doing his hardest and most important rebuilding his life, saving with the discipline that felt long overdue, earning a certificate that turned 16 years of company knowledge into something that belonged to him personally, and build an independent practice that within 18 months was bringing in more than his old salary, while at the same time creating something no legal paper can touch. Real ownership, real savings, the kind of steady confidence that only comes to a man who finally knows the difference between having access to security and actually having it. He never mixed the two up again, and the only thing he said to every young man he met coming up behind was the same thing his father had driven across town to tell him on the worst Tuesday of his life, that the most dangerous place a man can get comfortable is inside the structure of something that it don't even own, because comfortable and security are not the same thing. And the only way to know the difference is to build something that no one else has the power to take back. Something that is fully yours, completely, no matter what any letter from any legal department ever says. Thank you for joining me. This is E-Rock Altone. Like and subscribe. Have a great evening.